the Premier League player of the season, not team of the season also, manager of the season, and young player of the season award nominees have came out. You'll definitely have a take on the we both will actually on the manager, but just to start, player of the season, I feel like it's an easy answer, but I'll give you the nominees and just go from there. De Bruyne, Haaland, Kane, Odegaard, Rashford, Saka, and Trippier. I mean,
Record-breaking year for goal scoring. It's got to be Erling Haaland. There's no debate.
yeah. Once upon a time, yes, Rashford and Saka made a slight case, but they both kind of fell off a little bit as time went on. And I don't think Kane and De Bruyne will get it. I think Odegaard could be second, and obviously Trippier has a case as well. But I agree, Haaland should be unanimous.
Yeah.
And here's gonna be a funny one. So, young player of the year. It's Saka again, Odegaard, Martinelli, McAllister, Sven Botman, Moises Caicedo, Isak from Newcastle, and Erling Haaland.
He's Wait, what?
He's in it for young player again. I guess his age is like 22, I think.
So if he wins Player of the Year, shouldn't he win Young Player of
That's
the
my
Year?
point. That's why I said you're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
So that's a lock.
So then that's a lock as well. Then it's
Yeah.
Erling Haaland. Otherwise, if you were to take Haaland out of it, I would probably go with Bukayo Saka.
Sure, yeah. I tend. I mean, you guys could have an argument with Odegaard as well, but yeah, it probably would be Saka.
Yeah.
I guess the last one, which is we have some slight interest, but maybe not. Manager of the season nominations that I could see the face you're making. So these 6 managers are Mikel Arteta, De Zerbi from Brighton, Unai Emery, Villa, Pep Guardiola, Eddie Howe from Newcastle, and Marco Silva from Fulham. There's a certain name that's missing. That
How the hell is Erik Ten Hag not in this? Right? I understand if it's 3 nominees, right? Because like those 3 nominees probably would have been Arteta, it would have been
Eddie Howe,
and Pep, right? There's 6 nominees. Did anyone see Manchester United last year? Like, soccer's my favorite sport. I couldn't watch that team play. Like, I genuinely couldn't watch that team play last year because they were so bad. And then Erik Ten Hag came in. Yes, first 2 games were horrible, but ever since then, I could watch him play, right? I don't know how. I don't know who's controlling it, but Erik Ten Hag not being on this list is absolute bullshit. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm letting you speak, because I literally agree everything you said there. I mean, yeah, everybody on this is sure you could argue ahead of him, not really even, but except Marco Silva. Fulham finished 10th, right? 10th place, and don't get me wrong, that's a good season for Fulham. But if you look at what, like you said, Manchester United did do last year, they were shit. Like, they were not watchable. They fell off with Ole and Rangnick eventually. And you bring in a guy from Ajax who people said should have been Pochettino, right? Some pundits and all that stuff. And dude changed the culture. Yes, later on in the year after we won the Carabao Cup, which, by the way, he won a trophy for us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that counts as the Premier League itself, but yes, we kind of like the lack of depth showed like Arsenal in the title race. But you got Harry Maguire playing okay football. Yes, later on in the year he choked against Sevilla and all that stuff, but you got David De Gea a Golden Glove award the way he plays defense as a team and attacking, right?
Bro,
you got players to believe.
You turned Rashford into like a demigod for that run that Rashford went on after the World Cup.
So, yeah, it's mind-blowing that he's not even on it. Do I think he should have won it? Maybe earlier in the year, right? Ultimately, once we'll make our prediction on who we think deserves and who will win it, he should have been top 3, right? I love Eddie Howe. I love what he's done at Bournemouth before he was let go. I love what he's doing right now in Newcastle with not that great of a roster compared to the other teams around in the Premier League. If you look at that list, sure, City, Arsenal deserve it. Newcastle deserve it. Manchester United is fourth. Even before the year, they thought they were going to be fifth or sixth, right? When Ten Hag made the comment when he was trying to get Frankie de Jong about we're going to be Champions League next year, people are like, nah, you ain't. Liverpool will be ahead of them. Liverpool's behind them, right? Yes, we got our ass kicked by Liverpool. I get that. But we still are ahead of them.
And we still beat them still.
And we beat them once at the beginning of the year, right? Yes, Unai Emery did an amazing job. De Zerbi after Graham Potter, amazing job, right? But Marco Silva? Really? Marco freaking Silva is ahead of Erik Ten Hag, who's 10th place. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. I don't think he was gonna win it. I'll say that out there. I'm not getting pissed off that he should have won it. He would have been a contender. Yes, he had the stretch late where he should have not won. That's the reason why I don't think he'll win. But he should have been a top 6 guy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Top 4 for sure.
I feel like we've done well to like hold in our rage here a little bit,
yeah. But I guess we should transition on seeing who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? For me, it's Mikel Arteta.
Is Arteta?
And the reason why I'm saying it's Mikel Arteta, if you look at the expectations, like I was making the argument for Ten Hag to be in this case, City was my Premier League winners from day one, right? To battle City for that spot was Liverpool for me. Obviously, Liverpool had a disappointing year. And then the other team was Chelsea, who had a horrendous year, 2 manager fired. And yeah, so, but with, like you said, the disappointing stat at the end, but holding the league, because if this is a truly a Premier League award, then it goes 93% of the time they led. I still think it should have been Mikel Arteta because them and Man United were supposed to battle for 4th, in my opinion, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. For me, yes, Pep won the league, but like Pep's won a lot, right? He's won Coach of the Year before, right? For sure.
I can't say for sure.
Yeah,
but
I'm not
sure.
Yeah, I'm sure Pep won Coach of the Year, or Manager of the Year. What do you want to call it? It's between Mikel Arteta and Eddie Howe for me because like both their teams like from last year to this year, like as one way I'm looking at it is like you've seen improvement, right? Like Arsenal was, at best a top 4 contender last year. This year they became a title contender. Newcastle was mid-table, bottom half.
European.
Bottom half. I don't know where they were last year,
This
but I know they were in Champions League like this. I know they were in Champions League. And the fact that they could finish 3rd place, ahead of Liverpool, ahead of Man United, ahead of Chelsea, ahead of Tottenham, and without even spending too much because, like, yeah, they have the new owners. We're like, oh, they're probably going to spend a lot of money. They haven't. So the improvements that I've seen for both of those teams are reasons why, like, I would put those as my like top 2 guys for sure.
Yeah. Who do you think will win?
I would give it to Arteta.
Is that your preference as well?
No, I want to see Howe win though.
I guess same. My preference is Howe, but I don't mind Arteta winning it because he was at the top at the top.
Yeah,
that's the only edge I gave. If Arteta was second the whole way, like City was running away with it from day one, then I would have said Eddie Howe. But just because Arsenal fans believing and even like not the rivals scared that they might win it all, there's the only reason why I'm giving it the edge to Arteta here.
Yeah, that's why I'll give it to Arteta as well. That's what I think. I think he should get it. And I think he deserves it as well.